And it's like watching it in living color because it's Kodachrome. It's archival.
Well, it was the Kodachrome movie at the time, yeah, which what it amounted to, and oh yeah.
Are we on video, YouTubers?
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yes, we are. Here,
I'd like to know when I'm being filmed.
I'm sorry. I should have said.
You are now on camera.
Yeah, well, all the fun things we were talking about that you guys really would like to hear, and I can't really talk about, well, except for another couple, maybe 10 or 20 years from now.
Oh, 10 years.
10 years.
I can tell you about the visit to the jail.
Thomas was on the grand jury, and he visited the jail. So we're going to hear about this, and this is going to be great.
Well, I don't even know where to begin.
Well,
I tell you what, YouTubers, you do not want to spend any time in either of the Franklin County correctional facilities. I tell you that.
Well, who the hell wants to go to jail, period?
The job of the grand jury is to inspect once per term the cleanliness, the safety, and so on and so forth of the correctional facilities. You know, are the inmates being treated well? Are they being fed well? Are they reasonably safe? You know, that kind of thing. And while we found that in Franklin County, Ohio, both of the correctional facilities that we toured and what we were allowed to see was adequate for housing inmates.
Yeah, well, I just hung up a fresh thing here, so it's going to be dying here shortly. Yeah.
You certainly don't want to be spending any time in jail, YouTube.
Well, hell, fire, who does?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like sitting in the damn room for an hour or so there after they.
Well, I probably saw the very room where you had been held briefly. Then.
No, that was over at West Jefferson.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and Trooper whatever.
Nicer.
Well, Trooper whatever his name, who got demoted for forging the evidence and.
I will tell you that one of the prosecutors told me that there are several, this happens quite a bit, where inmates will, or defendants will plead out early.
Just to get out of the jail?
Just to get out of the jail so they can go to regular, state prison.
If they want to go, if they really want to go, if they really
they'd
are.
rather be in the state prison
like if they have
in the jail any longer.
Like a felony thing where they know they're going to prison and
they ship a lot of these people off to prison.
They just soon go off to prison.
Well, even these guys that are doing 90 days go to prison.
Go down to Orient and all that stuff. Okay.
So these guys that know they're going to do 90 days, 6 months, or a year, and they know they're going to prison anyway.
Well, prison's over a year. Prison's over 6 months.
If you're in Franklin County, if you're doing more than 90 days, off you're going to one of the prisons.
Well, they don't put you in prison because they can't put you in the prison population until you're actually convicted.
Which is why these guys plead out early, so they can get out of the jail and get sent off.
All right, I'll have to consult my buddy on this one.
From what we were told, unless you're just there for your 10-day or your 20-day.
I may have to send this to you there, my judge buddy.
Judge buddy, I'm just telling you what the deputy tour guide told us as we were watching these individuals being incarcerated. Now, the food was adequate. It was like cafeteria food. The place was reasonably clean, particularly the kitchen area. The Jackson Pike location, though, was exceptionally overcrowded. And these people were packed in there like sardines. It's all dormitory-style housing, except for the really bad guys, the animals.
Well, there were a lot of neck tattoos and head tattoos.
I I suppose there's not.
Why do people do that?
Listen, there's not a causal. I couldn't show you a causal relationship, but there is a strong correlation between criminals and people with neck and facial and head tattoos.
Well, we already know about the one paper in the sociology literature that talks about
multiple tattoos in general.
Put your fingers out. No. Just fold your knuckles down on both hands.
Love.
No,
hate.
See if you have like love, hate, or fuck you on the knuckles. No, come on, do it. We want to get the full effect.
You're not gonna like Photoshop this later and put in like love.
Well, I can't
hate.
Photoshop, but
love, hate.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, no, that was.
But that's nothing. That is nothing compared to the face or neck tattoo.
No, it's not, and you're absolutely correct. But that was the.
That's an indicator.
That one paper said that was 100% indicator for as a sociopath.
And then imagine what having a big teardrop or like a cross.
Well, the teardrop means you've killed somebody or some damn
or
thing.
The cross, or whatever tattooed up here. I would argue that the neck is every bit as visible as the face. Or the
I would agree with you. And of course, there was a great article in the Wall Street Journal and then the Telegraph and then the Daily Mail about how the U.S. Army, the U.S. military services in general, were having problem recruiting people because of, and particularly having problems recruiting people in California because of the regulations involving tattoos. They can't have, to join the U.S. military, you can't have a visible tattoo on your neck. And only 4 on your forearms or legs.
I would argue that those are very lax standards.
Well, I would agree.
They allow tattoos on your forearms, on your legs,
but only
visible tattoos.
Well,
only 4.
Now wait a minute. No, they're changing that, but people are rushing to get under the standard.
Well, there's a difference also, though, isn't there? Because you don't see officers running around a lot.
Well, no, that's the officers. We're talking about this recruiting folks.
Well,
and
there you go, right? So, but here's the thing. There's a difference between a guy that has his U.S. Marine Corps tattoo.
Oh, I have no problem with that.
And a guy that has, maybe he's been in a while and he's got something on his forearm. There's a difference between that guy and the dude that's got Shaquanda tattooed on his neck. You probably don't want somebody that's got a neck tattoo in the military anyway.
Well,
if you want to solve that problem, offer them an allowance to have, you get 1 free tattoo lasered off.
Well,
they want to join that bag.
Well, they do generally say to these guys, at least the article said, these guys, come back in a year after you have them taken off, And
I don't have a problem with having a service tattoo. That's totally.
I don't either.
That's totally different.
I don't either.
If I was in the Corps, if I was good enough to even be a Marine, I'd have the.
People,
or in the Army, or in the Navy.
Memorializing dead soldiers. No, I have no problem with that. But the idea that come on, Nat, you're supposed to die. I just put poison up. Here's my poison.
I can't wait for one of my students to stumble across one of these videos one day. Probably be the end of my job.
No, it won't.
Oh, probably would be.
I don't talk overtly about, butt fucking or anything.
Well, thanks. Thanks, Dad. That's good.
I don't talk much about how I really wish I
Could we please, like,
Okay.
moderate here a little bit?
I don't want to talk about how much I miss the guy that I was fooling around with, ignoring me. Okay.
Think about it. Think about what you just said.
Well, I just said I was missing a guy.
Well, that'd be great. That'd be great. Now, imagine, one of my 13-year-old students stumbles across this and shows this to parent X.
Well, he's not gonna know anything about it.
Oh, the heck they won't. Look, I'm in the video. Parent X then shows this to parent Y. Parent Y shows this to my boss.
That's you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me.
Doesn't matter. Reputations are ruined on lesser.
Well, that's just horse shit, guys.
It is, of course it is, but that's the way it works.
Well, then that's just bullshit, guys. Period.
It's true.
I'm speaking the truth and peace and love, and we always try to speak the truth and peace and love here on the Joe Kersey channel. What we do.
I love it.
What we do.
I love that you have your own channel.
That's what I do. I'm up to 406 or 405 now or whatever.
You're an animal. You're an animal.
I bet. I won't say what I'm going to say.
Thank you.
Because you know what I was going to say.
I know, right?
Because you know what I was going to say, but I won't say it. Thomas is correct, so I won't say it.
I know how to read my dad YouTubers. I know it was coming, even if you don't.
Here, so
not
on video, but I'm going to say bye now.
Bye, YouTubers.
For the moment.
Terry, the greaser-looking guy with the.
Oh, he is a greaser.
Chain.
Oh, he is a
yeah,
greaser.
he totally is. Yeah. He's just annoying because he only basically has 3 jokes. Well, really 1 joke. You're not recording this, are you? I'm not putting that on camera.
Well, what's the joke? I want to hear a joke. I like jokes.
Well, it's just the joke is, and everything is. That's what she said.
Oh, that's just that's just mind-numbingly boring, isn't
Well,
it?
is.
You know, with actually two. It's 2 O's. Boring.
I'm not saying anything else if this is on video because I don't want this going up on YouTube because I don't want people seeing it.
I understand.
using dick cam if.
Well, Thomas is talking about my iPole stealth as dick cam, meaning
My iPole.
Well, it's called iPole stealth. You know.
My pole.
Well, it's called small I, capital POL, stealth tool. And
Very rarely do I get to mess with my father.
That's fine.
So it's kind of.
No, that's fine. I know that's absolutely fine. He's making a good point. He says it could be misunderstood. And I'm just so benignly happy right now that I guess I can't really remember. Meanwhile, my son is drinking water.
H2O.
Water. Anyway, so now I'm going to hold this. I'm going to hand this over to you. And you can interview me.
Hand me my pole.
Yeah.
There we go, YouTubers. We're gonna.
Meanwhile,
flip you
I
around.
am going to.
There we are, YouTubers. So
Now you can see what's going on.
oh well, yeah. This is
You need to hold that
remarkably.
up higher.
Well, I'm aiming it right at you. I mean, you don't want bad photography,
Well,
do you?
but my head is. It's got to be higher than that. doesn't it?
No,
Really?
it's remarkable. See, you don't realize it, but
Well,
yeah,
no,
this is exactly what you were doing earlier.
Well, the 24 millimeter equivalent
Yeah.
lenses are awful.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. Right now, your head is at the very top of the frame.
Oh, okay.
Your feet are at the bottom of the frame.
Fair enough.
There it is. I mean, if I go up like this, which you would expect me to do,
Yeah.
like it's
No, there's
terrible.
gonna be this
You know,
all-
there's all kinds of this stuff
bear-
up here,
bear
right?
stuff.
So,
Well, no. Well, then I'll take your word
yeah,
for it.
trust me.
Well,
Trust
I'll
me.
trust it.
I mean, I could Zoom.
No.
Oh,
no,
Dad
I'll
doesn't
trust
like to
you.
Zoom.
You can if you want. But
No, that's okay.
I trust you.
So YouTubers, here we are. We're at 4:15 Eastern time. Well, 4:17 Eastern time. Hanging out with Joe Kersey, my dad, having some beers. Dad had some beers. I'm done having my beers. I was drinking water, as you can tell earlier.
Yeah, he's clean and clear on that.
I'm clean and clear, but
I've been up since 10 till 2 this morning. So, you know, from my standpoint, it's almost the end of the day.
that's over what? That's over 14 hours. That's a good day. Yeah, that's yeah. No, that's a long day. So, my good heavens, I remember as a younger man working, you know, those 12 and 14-hour shifts. Of course, you remember, I'm sure, working long shifts.
Well, I mean, I worked 36, 48-hour shifts.
Are you feeling a little punchy?
Punchy?
Yeah, from being up so long?
Not really.
Let me tell you something. If
I'm feeling horny,
oh, well, that's...
but not because I'm around you.
Well, that's all good news, Dad. As a male of the human species...
Well, see, I'm horny pretty much all the time.
Oh, there you go. See, as a male of the human species, you know, unless you have some hormonal imbalance, you should be horny. And that's good for you. That's good.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. That's
It's
good.
made
It
a
shows,
huge
you know, because it
difference in
shows
my life.
it shows you're alive.
It's a huge... Yes, it has, and it's
Shows
made
you're
a huge
alive.
difference in my life.
I don't know that we need to share that with the universe, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how it works.
Well, I know that people have a hard time thinking about that and saying sharing. Oh, by the way, don't use that word share, guys.
You just used it.
Well, no, you used that.
I did not, but you.
Yes, you-
oh, I
no.
guess I did. I did.
Yeah,
I admit,
you started that.
I'm gonna own that. I'm gonna own that. My bad. Sorry. Bring that to the attention of the world.
I'm horny. I'm gonna get laid.
I want you to reconsider.
I
want you to think.
I'm gonna get laid.
I want you to think very seriously about, you know, revisit this before you put this up, you know,
No,
for the universe to see.
I wanna get laid.
Well,
I do.
well, there's nothing wrong with that. Sure. I don't know that.
I'm going to tell you right now, there ain't a single person out there in all of the upper middle class, you know, nonsense out here that I paid $5,511 to support their lifestyle. You know, there ain't a single guy out there that is, you know, paying a mortgage on his house that doesn't want to get laid. Period.
That's true. And I, in fact, you know, probably most people who even aren't paying mortgages would enjoy that activity. I don't know that we need to put that up there on the for the world to see, but that's okay.
Screw it.
That's right.
I'm out here. I'm hanging out, guys. I'm hanging out here for all the world
We're
to
having
see.
having some beers, just hanging out.
I'm also hanging out for all the world to see.
That's true.
I have nothing to hide.
So the other day, I was visiting my buddy Rob. And I was logging on to Rob's Wi-Fi network, which is fine. There's nothing special about that. However, a list of available Wi-Fi networks came up as you know. So you select the what?
Can you actually see me?
Yeah. So you select. Trust me, Dad. I'm not kidding here.
Okay.
So a list of Wi-Fi networks came up and became available. You know, various networks. You know, WPA 918 or whatever. And then a couple of other networks came up. The network that I wanted to bring up though was DEA.mobile-surveillance.
Well, they're probably up here on the damn corner right now.
Well, one wonders if that was legitimate or if it was just somebody horsing around or
I'll
whatever.
tell you a story about that at some point, but not now.
Oh, I can see the tip of your pole in the camera.
My pole?
Your pole.
Oh, my pole?
Look at that. See, is that your pole?
Well, I
No.
wish.
No, not that pole.
Oh, not that pole.
No, you're literally your pole. Dick cam. Here,
Oh,
we can't see.
Hold
No,
it up higher.
Dad, you're filling the frame.
What am I doing?
You're filling the frame.
Right.
You're,
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, I'm trying to adhere to the principles of decent photography here. I mean, no, we don't need to see anything.
No.
Jesus Christ.
I
I'll
was going
zoom
to
in.
show you my nipples, but that's okay.
I know. Here we go. Watch this.
Oh, wait, he's going to turn it off
There we go.
now.
Now we're zooming. See, now we have a zoom cam. See, now does that look a little bit more reasonable, the angle?
I have no idea. Well, yeah, it does look more
See, there you
reasonable.
go. See, you were
You sure
you were
don't
filling the
wanna
frame.
see that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Jesus, you're gonna show the YouTubers. You put it on Facebook already. There's nipple cam already. Go ahead. My dad, ladies and gentlemen. You're such a badass, Dad.
That's great. I'll tell you, it feels great.
You're weird, but you're a badass. I like it.
It's wonderful.
That's my
Do
dad.
you like it?
Well, I like the fact that you're doing what you want to do.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, it was fun.
I mean, it's about time.
I'm so glad I did it.
It's about time.
It's starting to really catalyze in, too.
All right, YouTubers.
Paul's uninterested in this.
On that note.
No, he's very interested. He didn't really give a fuck about. He didn't give a fuck about.
All right, YouTubers. I'm holding pole cam.
Yeah.
Oh no, Dad wants it right now. He's grabbing for
Yeah,
it. So YouTubers, we'll catch you later.
Yeah.
All right. Here's Joe.
I'm going to say that
Now I zoomed in a little bit, so you're
Yeah.
not even getting here yet.
That's all
I
right.
gotta zoom back out.
I'm going to say
All right.
the old Paul doesn't give a fuck about
Wow.
what I look like, so that's okay.
Just,
All righty.
Just there you go. That's a little-
Bye bye.
Sharing. Oh, I shouldn't say sharing.
Yeah, he said Sherry. That's a bastard, isn't it?
Sorry.
That's okay. That's a great thing here.
Divulging information
That's all right. That's all
above
right.
and
Well,
beyond.
we like to speak the truth and peace and love here on the Joe Kersey channel. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Here's my job in CIA.
No, your job isn't going to go anywhere.
At
Your
CIA
job is
would
fun.